Hello and welcome to our monthly update on what people are watching in the UK. In March, total identified viewing dropped to an average of 228 minutes daily. This was down 5% on last month and 2% on March 2025. This month's What People Watch looks at reach and how we can tell different stories with it. YouTube being bigger than the BBC is one such story that took publicly available data from the Barb website to make a headline-grabbing assertion. The BBC responded to those headlines by stating that they use 15+ minutes of continuous viewing to assess monthly reach. We are often asked the correct way to run or interpret Barb data. Sometimes there's a yes-no answer to these questions, but often there are options. There may be an industry standard, as with 3+ minutes of continuous viewing for reach, but there's no rule to dictate which version of a metric should be used. Let's consider then how reach for these and other services stacks up based on different definitions. The chart here shows that YouTube ranked 7th for 15+ minutes reach on a TV set in the second half of 2025. Some 18 million individuals behind the BBC, as well as 4 commercial broadcast groups and Netflix. We may think that lowering our reach threshold will push YouTube higher, but if we lower our bar to its minimum of 1+ minutes of continuous viewing on the TV set, we see that YouTube remains 7th. All we actually do here is narrow the field. YouTube is now 14 million rather than 18 million behind the BBC. Reach becomes a less discriminating metric at lower levels over a longer period of time, like a month. So far we have focused solely on TV set viewing, but is this correct? In our final chart, we look at 4-screen viewing, still at 15+ minutes, and the picture is quite different. YouTube ranks 2nd. Again, there is no rule. Charts 1, 2 and 3 are all valid uses of Barb data. Another feature of JIC data to consider though is transparency. In the source of our third chart, we highlight that data for some services, including YouTube, is only collected when devices are connected to the home Wi-Fi network. We do not think that this will have a dramatic impact on reach across a longer period like a month, as people who watch on a non-TV device out of home have probably also done so in the home. This does though impact volume and therefore share, which is another reason to consider TV set data, as this is a complete view for all reported services. We can and should also analyse further. What are the people like within those broad reach figures? Kids are known to be overrepresented within the YouTube audience, as are older people on some TV channels. Time of day is important as well. Total YouTube consumption is reasonably steady across the day, while TV channel audiences are higher in the evening peak. None of this is to say that one is better than the other. Barb data explicitly do not make that judgment. That is for TV companies, streamers, advertisers and their agencies to decide. We provide independent, comparable data so that the best decisions can be made to suit relevant objectives. Finally, there is the human desire to predict the future. The simplest way to do this is to look at past performance and project the existing trend forwards. But to borrow from the financial world, past performance is not a guarantee of future returns. There is no denying that TV company reach is in general decline, while that of streaming companies, be they Netflix or YouTube, is rising. But to blindly accept those trends will neatly continue at the same rate is too simplistic. All of us, when presented with data, should question the metrics we are shown and ask why the presenter might have chosen them. At least when the data are sourced from Barb, you can be sure of their independence.